People often thought that slow living means living in a perfect, peaceful environment with calm people, soft music, candlelight, coffee, cakes, also people talking nicely to each other all the time. Honestly, real life is not like that at all. In Sweden, there's actually a relationship called särbo. It means couple being together, but they live separately. At first, when I heard about this term, I was like shocked. Why do they do that? I thought couples are supposed to be together. When I get older, I start to understand why people do that. It is because of that me and LG could survive a 10-year relationship. As we grow older, we become more stubborn because we've already been through life. We know more or less what works and what doesn't work for us. So if you are in a relationship with somebody who is totally very different, like for me, I like calmness, I'm an introvert, and do the things that I love with the remaining time that I have. I have no time to waste. On the other hand, he's somebody who is very social. He is very spontaneous, outgoing, but then sometimes when he do things, he doesn't really think about the consequences. Over the past 10 years, it was lucky that we have quite a big home where we have 2 extra rooms where I use it for my studio and as an individual bedroom. When I have my own space, I felt more calm. Last time we used to watch TV all day, and frankly speaking, I didn't feel good about that because I really miss my me time. So I set a schedule, like a time limit, and I know after that I need to go back to my own space and claim my own peace. Now that it is summer, we moved to the summer house, and we are so lucky we have 2 separate houses. I'm living in this house that has been built not long ago, and he's living in the other house that is closer to the water, and that house is also a small cottage, just 35 square meter, and I think it's about the same as this one. When he is in that house, he can enjoy watching his DIY motor repairing or renovation video on YouTube, whereas I can be in this house by myself without any disturbance. I can do filming like I'm doing now, and also have some cozy, peaceful moment here, maybe do some reading and also some craft work. The only common thing for both of us is that we enjoy traveling, we like motorcycling, we are quite frugal, both of us. Because of all these differences, it has caused some issue over the years. Living in a smaller space will never work for us because when we are on each other's face, we are on each other's nerve. When we are really angry with each other, it is always good to be separated for a while. This separation really helped us to realize that, we really need that. Maybe a few hours when our mood is more calmer, then we will maybe start to forgive each other, and we get over with that actually quite quickly. And that makes us realize that couple don't need to be 24/7 all the time together, doing things together. I don't think it will work on a long term. Because we are so different, it's always bound to be a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of issues. And over the past few years, I have tried to be patient. Sometimes, patience just run out. When I cook, he clean. So in the evening, if there are some dirty dishes on the sink, I will feel very unsettled. And when I tell him sometimes he doesn't like it, he will say, I'll do that in the morning. And I can't, so I have to do it myself. So when I do it myself, I feel very frustrated, right? It took years for me to just make him understand how things work for me. When he takes something from a cabinet, he don't put it back. He don't have this habit of asking me. For example, I did make some chicken broth or some meat broth, and then I just put them on top of the stove, and then he threw it away. And when I confronted him and I said, you have to ask me before you throw things away. And then he did it again. And then I told him, okay, from now onwards, you're going to ask me everything you throw away. I don't know if that works, but you have to continuously remind him. He's 71 now, and I think his memory is not getting better. I also is his Google. When he asks me, did you see my phone, or he lost his key, I'm his finder app. Being an organized person, it is also very important that I can find my things, because that's why we are organized, right? He's the type of person that when he clear the dishwasher, he always put things in different places all the time. So sometimes when you cannot find things, you get really agitated, right? Instead of he helping me to clear the dishes, it became more work for me. I have to go back to each drawer and put things back in the original place. So that is like double work for me. He only buy things when it is cheap, not because he needs them, but because it is cheap. I hope that I'm not sounding like I'm complaining about him, that the problem is only on him. No, it's not that. The problem is on me too, because I expect him to understand how my mind works and what I was thinking. After living with him for 10 years, I think we slowly get it. When we felt like the tension is there, we need to remove ourselves from each other. But if you don't have that space, you can also go out. Instead of staying in the house, maybe one of you leave the house, go out for a walk. This was what I used to do before, and I felt really good after that walk. And if we could talk it over, that is even better on the same day. Instead of dragging, giving each other silent punishment for a few days. Life is too short. Is it worth it? Time is really precious and valuable. We shouldn't waste time. Why waste time getting angry where you could quickly resolve it and then get over with it over a cup of coffee? That's what he do. Do you want coffee? As though nothing happened. Living in separate space means we sleep separately. I notice there is a lot of changes in my mood. I can get very irritated if I don't have enough sleep the night before. So sleeping separately is not a taboo. If you must, you do that. When you are sleeping, you don't feel the bonding. You are like snoring on each side. You're not connecting in each other way. When do we meet? We meet when we have dinner or when we have fika together. When we are out on a bike, we are together. I try to spend as much time as possible, if I can, on my own space to do my own things. Likewise, he could do whatever he wants to do. As long as he's not making so much noise, like yesterday he was cutting the grass when I was doing the recording. So it can be quite annoying, but I think it is really important that you keep each other informed. When I want to do filming, I will tell him, hey, try to keep it down, I want to do filming. Then he can understand. They say that absence makes the heart go fonder. And I think that is quite true. Because when we don't have each other on our face all the time, and when we meet, we will feel like, okay, wow. Then we will treasure it, right? When you are younger, you never want to leave each other alone. As you grow older, you will say, I stay in mine and you stay in yours. And later, we will meet peacefully for a coffee. I think peaceful living is not about finding or having the perfect person. There is no perfect person. I'm not perfect. He is not perfect. No one is perfect. It's rather about understanding each other's strength, weakness, habits, and personality. Slowly building a life together that we both could breathe. Both of us are getting older and times are limited. So we have to use those times that we have and be kind and nice to each other. And maybe this is how slow living really means. Life is not perfect. Don't expect it to be. Find a way to live gently with each other. If you like to know how we live separately peacefully, let me know in the comment so that I can maybe do some filming to show you guys how we do that. I notice many of you are interested in frugal living too, so I plan to do another video about how Sweden has transformed me into a frugal person. So if you're interested in this kind of content, I hope you check out my playlist. I do have one where I share frugal living ideas and slow living. I'm going to include the link in the video description, so please go and watch. If you like to support this channel, I would appreciate if you hype or give a like to this video. Hopefully I'll see you in my next. Have a nice week.